another really cool thing about the main story characters is that they each have their own skill set, and their story and their background goes quite deep. A lot of attention has been put on building this very deep and rich story with the proper characters to back it up. And Trevor's background, we used to be an airline pilot in the army, and he was thrown out because he didn't fit the psychological profile. He was considered unstable, and they wouldn't let someone like that fly jets. However, he's retained those skills, and that's why his sort of business in the game is all involves sort of air trafficking, things like that. He's also got a lot of combat abilities, which you can access by pressing the two joysticks on your controller. And these little individualities that Rockstar have added into the game just make it more interesting when you're switching characters. And the story is also so deep as well. And we know from GTA Online that there's lots of different updates that have been added to that with different storylines, and most of it comes from the shell of the story itself, the GTA 5 story. So if you play any of these missions, you will probably recognize some of the survival maps and things like that, because that's the shell of the code that Rockstar used to update and just allow you to play with your own personal character. At this stage in Trevor's story, he's really trying to make a name for himself now. He's wiped out a couple of different gangs, and now he's trying to take control of a drug trafficking business. And this is giving you, as the player, your first way to sort of purchase a business. You haven't been able to do that yet with Franklin or Michael, and after completing this mission, you'll then be able to go and look at individual businesses which are only available for certain characters and start building your empire and switching between them, so the game becomes an organic thing and it's not just a story mission that you have to complete. And that's what attracted me to GTA in the first place. And I played this story mode many times before I even went anywhere near the online thing. In fact, it was some years later that I came back and played GTA Online after playing Red Dead Online. But this was the game that I played, the GTA 5 story. And here, Trevor and Ron are taking over a cartel business and taking control of some planes. And this is where it really starts to get quite exciting. And this is where I think I remember getting really hooked on the game. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And when I did complete the story, I went back and just did it again and tried to do something different, focused on one of the other characters. That's the beauty of it. And Trevor is on his way to Los Santos. He's decided that that's where he needs to go. But before you're going to make that journey, you need to sort of establish yourself and complete that sort of purchase of the business for him. And up to this point, we haven't really been able to make too much money, but Trevor's getting his hands on quite a lot during these missions, which gives him enough just about to purchase the first business, which I think is about 150,000, something like that, to purchase the hangar business. And then you actually have access to that. It's like a safe house. It's his business. You can run these little trafficking jobs across the ocean in your Velum. I think it is a Velum. It might be a Dodo. One of the first planes. And essentially, you can start making about $5,000 or $7,000 if you do it with the bonuses. And this is very familiar to the MC business sales and the special cargo sales that you have to do. It is indeed the Dodo, you can see there in these planes. So if you're a familiar player to that kind of GTA Online world, this will be no problem to you. And it's actually fun to come back and see this again, because I don't know about anybody else out there, but I get really bored of doing the same things over and over in GTA Online. So I've started going back to some of the other things, and I'm really excited about the trilogy coming out, so we can get into some of those games and see how they look now they've been remastered. Just a few more days for that. This is the airfield where Trevor can set his little business up, and I'll take you through that in the next video. For now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe, and have a look at the TikTok channel and the YouTube channel as well. Let's get some cross support going across the two, and I'll be back very soon. You take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Because we got more runs, Ron. If there is one thing that they need south of that big fence, it is guns!